Hello, I'm from a neutral country, and I would like to talk to you today about revolutions. You know, in my mind, the painted picture of a revolution always includes violence. There's a big question out there: violent revolution or non-violent revolution? But I don't believe in a non-violent revolution. When you have a non-violent revolution, that's called a reform. You see, and revolution is about throwing out all the old things and bringing in the new, throw out the old ideals and ideas. And reform is basically the same, but to a lesser degree. And that's what you get when you don't have violence involved. You will never be able to then rid completely of the old ideals, for if you try to have such a sudden change as a revolution peacefully, it won't work. Either you have violence in it or you don't. I mean, everything that's have been labeled a revolution up through the years have been violent, and I don't think there's any possible way to change this in the course of history. Revolutions are such strong movements that there will always be people opposed to it to the degree that they will take up arms against the ones that are trying to push for a revolution, and hence it will be a violent revolution. But I don't think there's that much wrong in a violent revolution. I mean, sometimes it's necessary. Sometimes reform isn't the way to go. Sometimes you have to have that one violent revolution. Reform is a non-violent revolution, or to a lesser degree. If there's peace, if you want to have a peaceful process but still change the government drastically, you will have to take it slower so that people don't take up arms against what you do, because people will always have different ideologies, and a revolution will always offend one type of ideology, and the people in it will most likely be ready to take up arms because of the revolution. So there is no such thing as a peaceful revolution. There's only a violent revolution and a peaceful reform. There might be a violent reform, but there's a way to. And a violent reform is not the same as a violent revolution, because a violent reform doesn't take it all the way. You know, it doesn't change that or have that sudden change as a revolution, most likely. But yeah, like in the Spanish Civil, or before the Spanish Civil War, there was the landowner reform, which people took up arms against, of course, the anarchists in the countryside. But it wasn't a revolution because it didn't change the whole structure of the republic. But what Franco, the nationalists, pulled through after they basically won kind of a revolution, because they changed the whole government and changed it from being a republic to a dictatorship. You see, that was a revolution, that was a civil war. While landowner reform was also violent, but it was only a reform. I challenge you to mention me one peaceful revolution through the times. I do not know about one. So peaceful revolution, that don't exist. Violent revolution, there will always be violence in a revolution. Violent reform, that too exists, and violent, no, peaceful reform, that exists. So basically I've made my point here, and if you disagree, feel free to argue as much as you want. I will I will of course give you the honor if you change my mind about it, but I doubt it. And if you come with an idea of how we can achieve a peaceful revolution, that really won't validate it, I think, because an idea is just an idea. I would be more prone to change my mind if you had historical facts, and if history backs you up, there's no way I can argue against that.